Hello friends, this is Wendy, and I thought I would share a little bit about this junk journal that I am making. It's one of two that I'm going to make from Christmas this year, and the other one is going to be this book. And it's going to have not only parts of our Christmas vacation, but also other things that have happened that are Christmassy. Anyway, that are not Disney. There we go. So what I did is, if you know anything about Little Golden Books, you'll know that they come with 2 signatures, and each signature has 3 pages. Okay, so what I did, because this signature is getting so thick and chunky, I decided I am going to make 3 signatures with 2 pages, and I was able to do it with this book. I don't know that I could do it with every Little Golden Book, but I was able to do it with this one. So this starts out, here's the story, and more of the story, but there was a signature. It was this one right here. No, it was this one right here. That was part of it. This one clearly has to be a center page. So anyway, I will continue with this story, okay, and then it will move on to this one, because I just don't think the story has to be in order when each page is a little different, other than this one, of course, and then treats, and then, you know, so each one, so I decided to do that. So I have 2 more signatures that I will be doing with my Little Golden Book. And now this is the last signature. And this is what we have done so far. I've got a lot of It's a Small World. Of course, then we have Harvey. And then we have Frontierland. And I haven't fully decided exactly. I'm obviously going to put Frontierland on here, which is, you know, the most clever, you know, journaling I could possibly do. Frontierland had a lot of cute wreaths. There was one with a cowboy boot, and try as I may, I couldn't find it, and I never did get a picture of that one. But I will do something here, maybe a bow. There are bows on both, and maybe a bow, and then, I don't know. There will be something more here. And then we've got the Christmas cactus. And then we did this one just yesterday with New Orleans Square. And more New Orleans Square. Now where I'm at, because I really do want to like complete a signature. I have probably 4 signatures of different books sitting on the back side of my desk needing to be worked on, and I thought I'm going to finish one of them. So here's what I want to do with this one. I pulled out funky foliage, and I want to make all of these leaves that look like oak leaves. And I did go online and I looked at what they look like in autumn, and most of them are red with yellows, and I was thinking, ooh, I can make them look Christmassy, right? I'm gonna get out crackling campfire, because that's got red and orange and yellows in it. What I want to do is, do you remember this? This is one of the rejects. I wanted to kind of mimic this, but not with, I may put some pine boughs in from other collections that I have, but I want to have then these oak leaves, and then I want a bunch of, this one has acorns, right there. So I want to have a bunch of acorns over here, because then on this next page, Santa is giving them, those look like walnuts, but hey, I don't have a walnut thing. Now this one, they are working in the parade. They were working on a float that was the post office, right? There's Naughty and Nice up there, And then there's all this mail to Santa. And so I want to put this, I have a punch that I can make this look like a postcard. And then I thought I would make, again, some of these and make little stamps. So not a postcard, I would make this look like a stamp. And then with some other stamps with nuts on them, just kind of gathered around. Not a whole lot because this pattern paper is already, you know, pretty much decorated. I don't need to do as much to it. So for today, Chip and Dale. So my very first thought was I'm going to make paper, but then I went, oh, I have my drawer. I often mention about my drawer. So I have this that would work really well with the autumn. I have little bits on here. I wonder if I have anything small enough to fit on there. See, I could get that on there, right? There's not much that I can get on here, but I might be able to get a little bit. This I could add too. So we'll set that over here because we can make this look better. This, again, I don't have a lot, but I could, again, get one of these smaller leaves on there. So sometimes Tim Holtz does these dies where it's all one thing. And what I personally have found is if I do the whole die, say I do the whole die right on here, right? I would take my Tim Holtz inks and I would darken the stem. What I really want to do though is to use up as much of these. So this one, if I use it, I am definitely adding to it. So this one I could get something out of as is. This one, again, I would add to it. This one, I could use it as is. This one is pretty well perfect. This one is kind of a failed attempt at embossing this, but again, I can add color to this. This is watercolor paper. I love this. This was from another project, and I could definitely get a leaf out of that. And then this also was from another project, and I could add some more to this. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut these 4 out of several of these papers that I've already, I already considered done. Okay. Before I run them all through, actually I started and I realized I needed another color for contrast. And so I'm going to use this, and just to let you know, I got mail. I just got this in the mail yesterday. So because it's brand new, I think I'm going to use, I love doing words, but I also like splatters. This is like an epic splatter. It's like the best. These are by Tim Holtz. I've mentioned them before, but these blocks are by Tim Holtz. I think I need another one that size. I ended up buying 2 sets of the blocks because I like them so much. Anyway, I'm going to start with this. And I think I'm going to just, it almost hurts me. It almost literally hurts to not use vintage photo. But I'm going to use brush corduroy and just see. This fell on the ground. I kind of wanted to see whether there was any more ink on this. It fell on the ground. You can see that it sat there for a bit because it's got Hedwig hair on it. Hedwig's my cat. Her hair is everywhere, just in the air, It's one of those things, it's just in the air. So I'm going to just do some stamping on here. Oh, see, that looks great. That's actually the right color. Oh, I looked up online not only oak leaves, but I looked up acorns. And the reason I looked up oak leaves is because I was like, so what kind of trees do acorns come from? And I had a feeling they were oak trees, but yeah, they are. They're oak trees. So I did that. And then I think I will do this like light. And then, so I asked, you know, so what do acorns look like? And acorns, oak leaves and acorns. I mean, there's multiple different kinds of oak trees. And there's multiple different kinds of acorns. So the leaves, depending on the kind of tree, look a little different than, you know, and the acorns, depending on the tree, look a little different. So I was just like, cool beans, right? And oh, well, so now I am going to find, oh, there it is. It's hiding under the mushrooms. Yeah, ground espresso. And try this one out. But so some acorns are light on top and dark, have dark bodies and are light on top. Some acorns, woohoo! I'm almost afraid to do too much because now it's going to start getting dark. Some acorns are so dark on top, light bodies. Some are light on top, dark bodies. Some are a little redder than others. And so I needed a contrast color to help me out. There we go. Should I spritz it with water and see what happens? I kind of want to, just to see. I mean, it's not like I can't, you know, like make something again. Let's see what happens. Let me dab it. A little dabble do you, right? Raise your hand or give me a big thumbs up if you remember that. Little dabble do you. What was that, Brill cream? Oh my goodness. Every once in a while, these things pop out of my mouth. I had a friend say, do you, you know, like quote Disney movies, you know, on purpose? Or I'm like, which Disney movie did I just quote? And she told me what it was. And it was one I'd never seen. It was a little Winnie the Pooh cartoon. And my kids are too old. But, should we spritz another color on there? Should we call that good? I think maybe I need to just call that good because I need something light to go with the darker colors. So I'm going to go back to cutting. Okay, so I cut out a bunch of leaves and acorns. Of course, they're not done because you know what I always say, inking is everything. So definitely on some of these, they need at the very least their edges inked. And if there's too much white in them, like this one and this one, maybe I'll ink them as well. So I'm going to start inking and gluing. And of course, all these little holes have to be poked out. So there's always that fun as well. And I will put on some happy music and get busy. Okay, so I'm going to take out all the bulk for right now, and I really don't even need that, right? And we're going to work on this one first. I have one other thing I wanted to do first. I wanted to see whether or not this would fit on the postage stamp, and that is from Postal. I've used, boy, these three, Postal, Collector. Oh, how come I can never remember things? Hold on. Okay, so postal, just collector, and specimen. These three. And they just refer to them as chapter 3. They are wonderful. I love them. So I will be using this to make some postage stamps for the next page. But for this page, it's just blank. It's white. And let's sort of play a little bit. I didn't ink these yet, mainly because I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. These ones have the little leaves on them. So let me kind of set these out. I'm probably going to speed this process up also, because first of all, I don't have anything really overly exciting to say. Like, do I ever? No, I don't. I don't ever have anything exciting to say. I did just watch a wonderful YouTube video by Marlies from Marley Designs, and she is one of Tim Holtz makers. And she did a really, really nice, beautiful video vlog on how she made a distressed, let me switch these two. She made a distressed Christmas card that, you know, she was like, can you do distressed and Christmas? And obviously you can. Anyway, it was really nice. And I thought, you know, I don't own like any of the items that she was using. They were all Tim Holtz, of course. And I thought, oh, maybe I need to branch out a little more, you know, get a little more into the mixed media design. Oh, I probably should have done that in this one. Let me get I think I must use orange for crackling campfire. I don't know. I use whatever I kind of think about using at the time. I like that better. Let's see. Oh, yes. Well, I'm already thinking that I need regular spruce type leaves or pine needles or something like that. So I am going to do some more cutting. Okay, I only cut 2 out just to kind of get an idea. So this one here is from a die set called Pine Branch, and it also had pine cones with it. There are 2 of these long branches with the Pine Branch die. I guess Snips is off saving the world with Sky Guy. I definitely have to get cleaned up. I say that every day. So I could have a branch coming down here. And I have this one. And this is also from the mini greens. This is the same one that we used with Harvey just a couple of days ago. And I decided I've had this. Okay, so I sort my my dyes kind of by genre. I'm gonna cut this up in a couple of places actually. So I have leaves, right? And these have been in with leaves. But they're actually a little more Christmas than they are leaves, right? But I have them with leaves. So I would have these with, I might need to make that a little shorter, don't I? So I would have all these leaves together. Wow, I almost think I like that one better than this one. I'm going to leave that one, but I'm going to cut one more of these. I cut this out of a slightly different green. Not a lot different, just slightly different. I thought that it would look good to have them in slightly different colors. So let's see how this looks. Get all of the little pieces out. Well, I do like this. I'll probably still use that. So let me snip this also. Oh, I miss Snips already. Where'd she go? Where are you, Snips? Come back, come back. She's probably under this pile over here. But yeah, see, I was watching Julie from Camilla Craft Designs, and she was saying that a lot of crafters like to craft in kind of a bit of chaos. And yes, I really have a hard time. I will go on like a vacation, or I will clean up after a huge project, right? And I will have just this horrendous mess, and so I will clean it all up, and then I sit down and I'm like, oh, I can't do anything. It's too clean. It doesn't have enough mess for me to go a little crazy over. So yeah. So we crafters are interesting people, aren't we? So anyway, I did want to also see, I like that. Oh, okay. So let's do that again. I only have 2 of these. I will do this over in the corner here. Can't go over that, it'll get squashed. That. Then I have these little teeny tiny ones. I haven't colored these stems yet. I might. And I might not. I have not decided. Decisions are the bane of my existence. I definitely need more greenery. Definitely need a 3rd bit of greenery here, whether it's this one with this. Well, I am going to have to start playing, won't I? I think before I start gluing, though, I want to take some ink and color around, maybe even sort of making an oval, getting the edges, though. I do have to decide what color I want that to be. These guys are heavy on the browns, and I do like my browns. So that's going to be our next step. Okay, so I'm going to start with antique linen, partly because it's the lightest of the colors, and I'm going to put a piece of paper in here to protect that. Okay. So I wanted to do this, you know, kind of in a circular manner, you know, leaving the center white. We'll see how much of that ends up showing once I put the photo on there, but I wanted to give it a little bit of color. And I think I'm actually going to pull out then that same, oh, it comes from the tiny toadstools, the same words that you can't read. They are illegible. To stick that on there. So then, just to give it a little more interest, nothing huge. I'll just go with the next color up, I think, from this. Probably that brushed corduroy that I used before. So now that I've got this done, let's see how the greens look on this with a bit of the antique linen. It's funny, the different papers will react differently to the inks. Clearly watercolor paper, something like that. Oh, See, look at that. It's so much better. It really is. It's like night and day. Let's see, where's this one? And I was thinking maybe I'll put little red bows there. You know, I have, I do have, let me pull something else out. This is called Deck the Halls. And I don't know, I don't know. So there's a big bow. There's multiple pieces on this. It is a colorized, so there's multiple pieces. I wonder though, let me see how it fits with the photograph I want to use. So that would actually work. They do have red vests, you know, and they do have plaid. Maybe I'll do plaid. Let's see what the picture looks like. See if plaid would be obnoxious. See, I wonder if I do the bow in plaid and don't add the additional stuff. And then there are these little bits of greenery. I'm going to start doing a little more cutting and then playing around and deciding. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. Let me snip. I found snips. She was hiding. Let's see. Okay. Set this aside. So I found some plaid. And I've used it before. I don't know if I want the big one. The little one might be perfect. Let's see. So, went to the eye doctor and getting new glasses. So that's exciting. I went totally different from anything I've had, well, in a while. Styles change. And everything old is new again, or yeah, old is new. So these are styles from years ago. Oh, okay. Stinking cute. Oh my goodness. Now I have decisions to make. Also, I wouldn't do the whole thing again. I would just put a little piece over. I did kind of want to see. So this is supposed to be like hanging cranberry maybe. See whether or not there's a possibility of that. I just decided I would do this whole thing just to kind of get an idea, you know. And these circles I think are supposed to be holly balls or something like that. So now it's just some more decision time, right? Okay, so let's pull this apart and see what we got here. And I got another bow. I need to do one more. So I just put a little piece of paper with some painter's tape on here to just get what I want instead of having to cut the whole thing out. And I don't know whether I'll even worry about the tape on the back. So I definitely want to do, okay, let me see what I'm gonna do here. Maybe I'll start gluing a little bit. So I'm gonna put a little bead of glue right there to to put those together. And then I think I'm going to put a bow on top. So let's see how this goes. A little bow right there, right? So cute. Okay. I can't stand it. It's so cute. Oh, who is it that said, oh, I love this so much, I think I'm going to die. Was that from Despicable Me? I think so. The little girl loved Agnes. Loved the unicorn so much, she was just going to die. Okay. So I'm going to glue down this little line here. Get it on the right side. Glued a little too aggressively. It'll be fine. It dries clear, which is nice. And then get this on here. Sometimes you just gotta kind of get started and play and see how things go. And I really think I'm just going to keep this one the same color. Oh, yeah, it'll be all right. Maybe I'll add these to the back of this just to make it a little more full. Oh, I like that idea. I do like that better. Okay. So now I'll do this coming out that way. Okay. Just a little at a time. See how I like it. There's all kinds of noises going around in my house. And now Hedwig's getting started. Okay. Okay, well, life got away from me, and this is a good time, I think, to stop. I did play around with this a little bit, and I'm thinking about maybe using this plaid. But for right now, I'm going to step away from it and decide. So, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Hit that notification bell so you know when I finish this one and start the next page. And subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!